never know what can happen on any given day out here.
It's going to be tough. I'm going to have to rip through the crowd. It's going to get gnarly and really hairy and nasty.
Run what we can run for the championship. That's our plan. We're going for the championship. Go for it all.
Well, I think anytime you win the National Drivers' Championship, it's you definitely have some sort of target on your back.
There is no layback strategy tomorrow. We are going for broke. We have nothing to lose. If there's other tough guys out there, we're going to go for it. We want to win.
Some of the most competitive racing in the country goes down right here, and you can say you're the king of it right now.
That's what we come for. We come to win. We don't care about money or points or anything else. We care about trophies.
The championship chase continues with the ARCA Truck Series by Phoenix Management Group of Ohio. We're in Whitesville, Kentucky, here at the Kentucky Motor Speedway, the 8th visit to the Bluegrass State, but the first here at this 3/8 mile oval. Hello, everyone. My name is Rob Klepper. A lot of the big drivers in the house here tonight, one of which, your current point leader, broke a motor in qualifying. Danny Jackson will have to go to a backup truck owned by Paul Vanderhoff. Al Berry actually qualified the 45 truck. He will jump out. Very sportsmanlike move to let Danny Jackson continue his title chase. We talked to Robin Slaughter about coming to this racetrack.
We've never had the trucks down here, but we're pretty excited to be down this far. Get down here a little ways. We go to all the other states, and it's nice to get down in the Kentucky area. This used to be a quarter-mile track back in the 90s and the early 2000s. It's length of the track changed two of the corners and made it a 3/8 mile. It's a pretty nice facility.
It's really tight out there, so I think there's going to be a lot of bumping and banging. The brakes are really hard on the brakes, so I think survival, first 50, 60 laps to stay out there, and hopefully at the end move your way up.
Definitely should be interesting. A lot of trucks are slipping and sliding out there, and if nobody has any experience here, could make for a pretty hairy race.
So your starting lineup for today's Jones & Sons 100. On the front row, the 99 of Steve Chrisman looking for his second win of the year, and the 81 of Sean Zepp looking for his first. Inside of row number 2, in third, the 3 truck, Chad Porman, the Gearhart Timber entry, second in Rookie of the Year chase, and his teammate John Gearhart in the 8th. Row 3 on the inside, currently second in the points, Levi Mansfield with 3 wins on the year, and to the outside, currently leading Rookie of the Year points, Cody Quark. Inside row number 4, Paul Vanderhoff in the 46 truck making his 3rd start of the year, and Craig Myers in the 78. Inside of row number 5, starting 9th, the 71 of James Paul Weiser making his 4th start of the year, and to the outside, the 21 of Brandon Huff looking for his first win. Back inside row number 6, the 2010 champion Chris Bailey Jr. on the inside, and to the outside out of Indianapolis, former GT Challenge Series champion Stephen Cox. And there is Danny Jackson back in row number 7 after going to a backup truck. He will start 13th here as the Whelen Engineering Pace truck pulls to the infield. Lights are out, and we are set to go racing. The Jones & Sons 100 for the ARCA Truck Series by Phoenix Management Group. Steve Chrisman in the 99 on the front row will set the pace. Green flag is out, and we are racing. Sean Zepp slides high coming off turn number 2. There is Chad Porman. John Gearhart making a move to the front. Well, Levi Mansfield trying to race his way into the top 5. Didn't finish where he wanted recently at Killcare.
We just had some bad luck with the lap cars a little bit. Misjudged our timing a little bit. Just had some drift up in front of us we wasn't expecting, but you'll get that sometimes. We gotta consider ourselves lucky to get out of there with the 3rd. We were up in the air after lap 20 or so. So I mean, to come out of there with the 3rd was pretty fortunate.
On board now with Levi Mansfield working his way up into the 4th position. You can see Chad Porman using that high line. The good thing about this racetrack is you can run that outside groove. It's going to come in a very long race here. These guys will try and build that momentum up, and it looks like it's going to work for Porman as he works his way around Sean Zepp, now trying to take the lead down the back straightaway. If Chad Porman can make the pass for the lead, it will be his 7th straight race that he has led in this season, and by a nose, he will do it and get by Chrisman. So Chad Porman takes the lead entering turn number 1. This weekend, it's a 3-truck effort for Gearhart Racing. We had a chance to catch up with Todd Gearhart about their 2012 season.
We put this team together at the end of last year and come out and won the first race with Chad. Kind of thought that would lead to bigger and better things, and we haven't done so well. Had a lot of problems, some parts failures, wreck at Killcare, got behind in the points, and now we're just racing for wins.
Any particularly special prep for this race?
Yeah, we're going all out. We're not points racing, so however we got to win, we're going to win.
So Chad Poorman looking for his first win of the year is your leader. Down the front straightaway, Steve Chrisman running second. Sean Zepp in there in the top 3. Very early here in the Jones & Sons 100. Here's a look at your top 10 with Poorman, Chrisman, Zepp, Mansfield, and Gearhart. Your top 5. Chris Bailey Jr., the big mover to this point, up 4 spots to 7th. Stephen Cox and Danny Jackson both up 3. More racing when we come back. The ARCA Truck Series is brought to you by ARCATruckRacing.com and by Bochette Timepieces, high-grade quality made timepieces. There's a look at Cody Quark, who earlier today picked up his first career pole award with the series. It was also the first for Ford and the first for a V8 power plant. So congratulations to Cody Quark and his pole award here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. Of course, the 6-truck invert, he would have to start outside row number 3, now trying to work his way back to the front. The Jones & Sons 100 here for the ARCA Truck Series by Phoenix Management Group of Ohio. Lightning fast 3/8 mile oval, known as Kentucky Motor Speedway. Battle for second heats up now as Chad Poorman continues to lead. The 81 of Sean Zepp working his way underneath Steve Chrisman. Meanwhile, here comes Levi Mansfield as we go on board with the driver currently second in the points, 3 wins on the year. That outside groove starting to pick up as Mansfield really drives it in deep into turn number 3. Now gets a little loose off turn 4 and will make the pass on the 99 of Steve Chrisman. So put the 54 into second spot as he tries to reel in Chad Poorman, who has done just a phenomenal job all season long. Tonight, though, going for his first win. Let's check in with Bobby Tinch, crew chief for the 54.
He hasn't said anything since the drop of the green flag. We're just trying to keep him calm, run the laps. This could wind up a good points night for us since Jackson had a little trouble earlier in the evening here. We kind of moved up the racetrack, and it seemed to help us with our forward bite off. So we're just kind of following the 3-truck right now.
And now Chad Poorman has caught the tail of the field, trying to put a lap on your current points leader, Danny Jackson. Remember, he had to go to the tail of the field after jumping that 45 truck. Poorman will work to the inside. Mansfield will try and get by the 45 as well. A good spot for Levi Mansfield to be in second as they catch that slower traffic. Can maybe use some of those trucks as a pick to get by Poorman and take the lead. But Poorman has been very good to this point. Another driver making moves, your quick qualifier. There he is, the 25 of Cody Quark. Moving into that 3rd spot, a 3-truck battle now for the lead. Poorman trying to pick up his first win of the year. Mansfield trying to win number 4 as Mansfield looks to the inside in turn number 1. Not going to be enough. You can see Poorman sliding high, trying to use that outside part of the racetrack as we go on board now with Cody Quark. Let's take a listen to that V8 power. So the top 3 trucks with 2 Rookie of the Year contenders running 1st and 3rd, sandwiching the driver with 3 wins this year, Levi Mansfield. Chad Poorman using that high line, about a half a groove, almost a full groove off the bottom. Levi Mansfield really diamonding the corner, trying to get a run down the back straightaway, get into the inside of Chad Poorman in the 3. And the 20 is Stephen Cox having another good run, solidly in the top 10.
We're going to be in a situation where we're going to have to say, get into the top 10, take the best result you can, and don't complain too much. This is my 2nd race with this team. It's my 4th race ever in the history of the series. Don't get too greedy. But on the other hand, I keep thinking, you know, we're so close to a top 5. We were 7th at Killcare. We ran 6th for a while. We can get up there with these guys, so it's tough.
On board now with Stephen Cox out of Indianapolis. You can see coming off turn 2, reeling in the 99 as Chrisman gets a little loose. Could have cut a tire now as he continues to get sideways entering turn 3. And Cox will very gingerly go to the outside part of the racetrack and get by the 99. So Stephen Cox moving closer and closer to the front pack as now it looks like Chrisman is off the pace. And we go on board with Cody Quarrick, currently in third, right behind Levi Mansfield. Throw a blanket over the top three as Mansfield now taking a peek to the inside, and it looks like the caution is out. You saw it to the left of the screen there. Steve Chrisman has finally come to a stop, so doesn't look like he has a tire down. We thought at first it possibly had a tire going down, and that's what sent him all squirrely down the back straightaway, as we are on board now with Brandon Huff as well. As Chrisman goes to the infield, it looks like Huff will as well. So we'll stay on board here with Brandon Huff as he goes into the hot pits. We can keep an eye on the 99 of Steve Chrisman, try and find out what the problem is. It looks like all 4 tires are up, so the crew going to jack up the rear of this truck. Could be a rear axle problem as he remains in the hot pits. And now it looks like possibly a terminal problem on the 99, so he will pull it back to the pit area and call it a night. Brandon Huff, meanwhile, remains in the pits doing a chassis adjustment here. And we've seen this before from the Huff team. Chassis adjustment on the right front. They'll put the hood down, lock it back up, and send him back out on the racetrack. So Huff will have to go back to the tail of the field on this next restart. As we're on board once again with the Whelen Engineering Pace truck. Getting set for another restart here, the Jones & Sons 100. It's Poorman still out front, Levi Mansfield and Cody Quarrick. That is your top 3. Chris Bailey Jr. still making moves up from 11th to 4th. Stay with us, more racing after this.
At Georgia Boot, we don't make boots for fat cats, suits, or desk jobs. We make boots for people who really work, for you. You take pride in working with your hands. At Georgia Boot, every boot we make is designed for you and the physical demands of your specific trade to help you be safer, more productive, and more comfortable on the job, because you've earned it. Georgia Boot is America's hardest working boot. Go to georgiaboot.com, Facebook, or Twitter for more information.
The ARCA Truck Series is brought to you by ARCATruckRacing.com and by Sopwith Motorsports. Motorsports television only. Welcome back to the Kentucky Motor Speedway, the Jones & Sons 100 for the ARCA Truck Series by Phoenix Management Group of Ohio. Chad Poorman out in front. Restart side by side will lead him back into turn number 1. He's got Levi Mansfield, the 25 of Quarrick, and of course as we go on board with Chris Bailey Jr. in the 17, he runs in the 4th spot. Remember, Bailey started back in that 11th spot as Quarrick gets very loose coming off turn 4, and a great job of driving to not spin that 25 truck out and not even lose a position. Still holds on to 3rd as he gets a little loose there off 2 as well. So as Chad Poorman continues to lead, we go on board now with Levi Mansfield taking a peek to the inside of the 3 truck. Poorman going to try and shut the door. No, he can't do it. And Mansfield gets a run up under the bottom. The battle for the lead heats up here at Kentucky. Chad Poorman going for his first win of the year as Levi Mansfield going for his 4th and now takes the lead as they head down the front straightaway into turn 1, now off turn 2, and Chad Poorman decides, you know what, I don't want Cody Quarrick to pass me, closes the door on the 25. So it's Levi Mansfield now out in front, again trying to win his 4th feature event of 2012. Trying to get that points lead as Danny Jackson had to start deep in the field in a backup truck. A good chance to make up some points. On board once again with Cody Quarrick as he is trying the low line. Got the left side tires in the grass, the battle for the 2nd spot. And Poorman has been tight all night long. Even when he was out in front, couldn't run that low line. And Quarrick, just like that, gets it done off turn 2 and now moves into 2nd. Well, Steve Chrisman, we saw out of the race early. Let's check in with the driver of the 99.
I just broke an axle. I thought I had a flat tire, but it acts the same. Coming off too, it just tried to come around on me. We don't have a spare axle with us here, so that's the way it goes.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Steve Chrisman. Led the final 7 laps to win earlier this year at Lake County as we go on board with Stephen Cox in the 20. Down the front straightaway. And it looks like we have one spun over there in turns 1 and 2, and now Danny Jackson spins to avoid his owner. That is the 46 of Paul Vanderhoff, sitting all alone in turns 1 and 2, and then Danny Jackson does what he can to not hit the 46, so no contact there as the caution comes out. So each truck should be able to get fired off and head back on the racetrack. You see the Arctic Racing Air safety truck out there getting these trucks ready to rock, as they will have to both tag the tail of the field, and that will set up another side-by-side restart. As now we are on board with the Whelen Engineering Pace Truck. Looking back at the field, down the back straightaway, the Pace Truck will pull to the infield. Lights have been turned out. And that will set up yet another restart. Now, though, it's Levi Mansfield on the front row. Inside will set the pace off turn 4. Cody Quark to the outside. Chad Poorman now in that third spot as we are back underway here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. And it looks like Cody Quark with a big run down the front straightaway. Now off turn at 2. Has a half a truck length advantage, trying to lead here tonight. He's only led 3 laps so far this year as Levi Mansfield drives it back deep in the low line, and we are still side by side, and it looked like Quark led that lap. And he did. So Cody Quark using that high line. We talked about it earlier tonight here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. If you work that outside part of the racetrack, lay some rubber down, you can be fast here in the later stages, and it looks like Cody Quark is making that top shelf work. Still side by side now as Levi Mansfield has a truck that works well on the bottom. You can see a little bit loose, and he's been loose all night long, but one of the few trucks that can run that low line and be fast, as he is now back out in front. Quark, meanwhile, looking for his 6th top 5 finish of the year, his first win here in 2012. Brandon Huff, meanwhile, has had an up and down season as well. We talked to him about his year.
Our year has been a little up and down. We started at Toledo. We weren't expecting a good of a finish. We did. We finished 4th, and we were real excited with that. Next race, Flat Rock, we've lost our engine, and so we finished 10th. And now we're sitting 4th, tied for 4th in points coming into Kentucky. Right now we're probably sitting a little bit out of the top 5 in times, but we'll try and dial it in and hopefully finish the top 5 tonight.
And it looks like a little bit of rain here at the Kentucky Motor Speedway. We had a little bit of rain earlier in the day, and yes, you could see on the windshield there a lot of rain, so more than likely we're going to see the caution lights come on, and yes, we are caution on the racetrack, so that will slow things down and shake things up a little bit here. One more thing for these drivers and teams to have to deal with in the later stages of the Jones & Sons 100 here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. So how will this rain affect the outcome of this race? You'll have to come back and find out. Mansfield continues to lead. Cody Quark in second. Chad Poorman rounds out your top 3. Stay with us. The ARCA Truck Series is brought to you by ARCATruckRacing.com and by Bochette Timepieces, high-grade quality-made timepieces. Welcome back once again to the Kentucky Motor Speedway. The track is dry, the rain has moved out, and we are set to get back underway here in the Jones & Sons 100. Levi Mansfield on the pole. We'll find out just how dry or wet this track is, and it looks like Stephen Cox experiencing the track a little bit wet still, as he could have lit up the tires there. Gets a little loose, loses some ground to John Gearhart. Let's check in with Gearhart's brother Todd about the Gearhart Racing trucks.
Chad says his brakes are fading a little bit in the 3 truck, so he can't charge the corner like he needs to. And the 8 truck, he hasn't ran these trucks but one other time. He says he's just needing a little different steering box on it. The 45 truck, seeing as how we put him in about an hour ago, I'd say he's doing all right.
Great battle for the lead once again. Levi Mansfield working that low line. He's been down there pretty much all race long. And Cody Quark, who apparently likes to run that outside part of the racetrack, will run it in deep in turn 3. Side by side as they cross the stripe. Mansfield going for win number 4, trying to take the points lead from Danny Jackson, who had to go to a backup truck. Meanwhile, Cody Quark going for his first win this season in that 25 truck. Mansfield now pulls away a little bit as we go on board with your leader. And remember, Quark running in second leads Chad Poorman by just 5 points coming into this race in the Rookie of the Year chase. For more on him, let's check in with Darren Bailey.
He's doing real good. We're going to try to get to him, but we're not going to take any chances. We're good with second right now. If we can take for the win, we're going to go for it. We're just going to try to protect our equipment, protect our spot. It's getting short, and with the rain and rain in the area, it's time to go.
On board with Mansfield, came into this race second in the points, a -40 to Danny Jackson. Jackson started deep, trying to finish in the top 10, and Mansfield trying to take this points lead with just 1 race to go in the championship. Works his way around the outside of Vanderhoff to put him another lap down. Mansfield has been spot on all season long as the white flag comes out. 1 more lap here at Kentucky Motor Speedway, the lightning fast 3/8 mile oval. We've seen a lot of great racing action, and we'll see some more here if Mansfield can hold on and get the win. Off turn 4 for the final time, and Mansfield will pick up win number 4 here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. Bobby Tinch and the rest of the boys very excited down there for their big win, taking the points lead here at Kentucky with just 1 more race to go. Cody Quark would finish second, Chad Poorman third, but there is Levi Mansfield. For the 4th time this season, is working his way back over to victory lane. It's his 8th top 5 finish, his 9th top 10 finish, and he is looking for the championship with 1 race to go. There he is, Levi Mansfield. The crew awaits, possibly a Gatorade shower. I don't think Mansfield will mind. Let's go down and talk to our winner.
He was pretty good all day and was able to find a little something on the track there and to pick us up some time. And once we got out in front, there was nothing that was going to touch us. I know when the restarts, Cody could get on the outside and hold us down and run with us for a couple laps. But as soon as we was able to use the whole track again, I mean, we would just be able to pull away. And I know when we was riding behind the 3, I told the crew guys, I was like, if we can ever get out front here, they won't catch us. So, and it's luckily that's the way it worked out.
With the win, Levi Mansfield will take the points lead. Cody Quark finishes in that 2nd spot, his 6th top 5 of the year. He pads that Rookie of the Year points battle. Let's talk to him.
I mean, I wanted to win, but happy to run second to Levi. It was a great race, especially where we were at Killcare a couple weeks ago. To come back and have a run like this, lead practice, set the pole, and run second, it's a good bounce back for us.
You had trouble at Killcare. What changed?
The whole setup. We threw everything at it. Dave Miller went under it and started cranking this and turning that, and everything is different under the truck. So I really got to thank him for doing it, looking at his notes, his setup books, and really putting something under there that I could drive and drive up front.
Well, just the truck was pretty good at the start of the race and kind of got tight in the middle later on, and we just had to slow it up a little bit in the corner to get it to turn. And I mean, we have not had a very good year at all. This last week we had a top 5, which that was our first for the year, and then tonight we got a 3rd. So things are getting better. We're starting to figure a few things out. So hopefully a couple more shows that we can get us a win before the year's out.
So once again, your top 10 here for the Jones & Sons 100 with Levi Mansfield getting the win. Quark, Poorman, your top 3. Sean Zepp. How about Chris Bailey Jr., the biggest mover here tonight, up 6 spots, while Stephen Cox passes 5 trucks for his 2nd straight 7th place finish. Danny Jackson comes home 9th, falls to 2nd in the championship points battle. Well, we saw some great racing action here tonight from Kentucky Motor Speedway. Thanks so much for watching the ARCA Truck Series by Phoenix Management Group of Ohio. 1 race to go. We'll see you at Lake County.